Hi guys, welcome to my channel Rural Gumption, and welcome also to those who are watching me on Facebook. So guys, today I'm just gonna let you in my personal space a little bit. Over the past few months I've been posting some videos on YouTube, share a part of it on Facebook as well, and today I'm gonna let you a little bit into my personal space. Not too much because I know people like stories, but not too much, but today just a little bit. So today I'm gonna take you on a little tour of a home that I resided for 2 years and I lived. So what happened, this couple took me in for 2 years and I lived with them for 2 years in my teenage years up to my adulthood. So I'm just gonna take you on a tour today of the home. The reason why I'm doing this is because, you know, sometimes we met some people in our lives, or we meet people in our lives that are so dear to us, that they have done so much good to us, that, you know, sometimes it pains our heart sometimes to know that in the end we're not able to repay for the goodness that they have done. But deep down you have the memories, you have the love, and you have the appreciation and the memory. So this home, there's a story behind this home. As you can look in the camera there, you will see the house that I'm walking towards. This house has a special place in my heart because this house saved my life at one point, and I'm so grateful. So this is the home of the Brooks in Trelawney, in Lower Trelawney. This is Upper Trelawney, sorry. This is a farming area, rural parish in Jamaica. This is where you get all the yams, the bananas, the cocoa, which we call edos in Trinidad, the different crops, but mostly yams, bananas, and those crops on a wide scale. This is where you get the yams for the shipping out of the country. The export company come and buy the shipping, and a lot of farmers reside here. This is what they do. They do farming as a living, as an occupation. All right, so the story, let's get in the story. The story behind this home is that when I was 19 years old, I have a near-death experience, and I end up in the hospital. And when I came from the hospital, I was trying to find myself. I was still lost. I was lost deep within myself, even lost more than I knew it. So I remember one day in my community, not here where I was, not here, but at my home where I grew up with my grandparents. I remember my close friend and I, we decided to go to a crusade that was nearby. So when we went to the crusade, we were sitting on the back of the tent. We were looking at the people. We were saying stuff like, look at that person, why they wear that slippers to church, and blah blah blah, because this was a church that after I came to realize that they didn't matter what you have to wear to church, you could come to church and nobody would criticize you. So went to church, trying to fast with the people and find fault with the clothes, and I was convicted. The pastor was preaching and I was convicted to go up and to give my life to the Lord. So that's what I did. So I went home, I told my grandparents, and my grandfather was wroth. I told him when I was gonna baptize, and his remark was, if I go and baptize, I should not come back in his house. So anyways, didn't take him serious, went along and got baptized because my grandmother was a praying woman and she was always a Christian, me growing up. So I figured that's the right thing to do, and that's how I could get rid of my lost feeling that I'm feeling inside. So went and I baptized. When I got baptized and I came back, my clothes were outside, the door was locked, and I was not able to go in the house. Mind you, at that time my grandmother was unable to walk. She was now disabled, so she was inside the house, but then she could not let me in because my grandfather had locked the door. So leading up to that, I had to be sleeping outside of the house for days upon days. And I still went to church because I had my clothes in an outside kitchen there, and I took my clothes out. I would get ready, I would go to church, I would go to crusade in the night just the same, and I would get back and nobody would know. So the house where I was growing up, where I had to sleep, was like on the outside underneath the cellar, just like this. I'm gonna show you a part of the house that I grew up in had something like this, like an underneath cellar that they call it in Jamaica, because there was a newer part and there was a board part and there was a part with concrete. Anyways, that's where I slept, or I would sleep inside of the kitchen that we used to use for wood fire, like frying fish and stuff like that. You wouldn't get all that scent in the house. So I went and I was sleeping there. This gentleman heard about me, that's the owner for this house, and he sent somebody to call me. I went to him and he said, oh well, you can come and stay with my wife and I. And I was kind of taken aback because I said, you know, I was scared. I said I don't want anybody to take me in the house and treat me bad, so I was hesitating. Anyway, he told me where to come. I came to this house. When I reached on the road there and I come off the taxi and I look up on the house, I said, Lord Jesus. I thought it was a big and spacious looking house, if you know what I mean when I say spacious. I thought it was a big house like my house that I grew up in. So I was saying to myself, how can I come and live in this house and I leave my big house and come live in a board house? And so I said, I don't want to come and live here. Anyway, I came up the hill and I saw the wife and the husband. They introduced themselves and they said, you are welcome to come and stay with us. And that was the end of it, guys. I stayed with them for 2 years until I left and I went to college after that. I went back home actually, and then after that I went to college. So I spent 2 years in this house, and guys, this was the most precious memories that I have in my teenage years on into my adulthood, and I loved it. This was a loving home. No matter the look outside, this house was full of love, and this is where I came, and also the church, to know what real love is, when somebody really love you and care for you. You know, this is where I got it. Not that my grandmother didn't show me love, she showed me the best she could, but this is where I found it, real love. All right guys, so I'm gonna carry you and I'm gonna show you as I go along. I'm gonna show you, you know, a bit of the vegetation. So this is Trelawney. This is rural area in Trelawney. This is a country area, right, where you see whole pot yam and banana. I'll zoom up the camera and show you the yam and the banana, breadfruit tree, all type of trees. So yam field over there. So that's yam there. They put stick on it, stick the yam in the ground, they run up on the stick, and then the farmers have to wrap it around the stick properly, weed it out, care for the field until the yam is ready. The leaves will get ripe, and then they will know that it's ready. They will dig it and, you know, prepare it for shipping or whatever they want to do with it. All right guys, so come on, let's go. Let's take a tour in this house. All right, so this is the house. Let me get back a little bit. All right, so this is the side of the house coming from the road. We're walking. So this used to be my yard. This used to be my home. All right guys, so show you the house. So that's the house. All right, so right here there was a tank, a plastic tank that we used to use. All right, so going up the step, not much has changed about the step because this is how it was, only because we used to clean it. And so now the house is abandoned, guys. The folks who used to live here, who I used to live with, they both died. At the time they were living here with their disabled son. He had a room here. His other two daughters was in Mandeville. Sorry. His daughters was in Mandeville, their other children was in other parishes, so I was living here with the couple and their disabled son. All right, so we're going inside, guys. So as you can see, the flooring and everything is gone because they have been dead for a few years now. So I just came to visit and just came to check out this house and to show you guys. So this is abandoned now, old, so nobody lives here. So this, guys, when I came, this was my room. So when I came, they gave me this room and they said I had a pet name growing up and you know, they kind of changed it around and called me Sally. So Sally, so the gentleman used to call me Sally. So he said, this is your room. So this was my room. So I was right by the road. I remember I used to look through this window, look down the road, or I could look on that one or that one. I could look through this window as well. So come out here and look. So if I'm going in the town, which is Christiana, which is closer to us, we'll go to for shopping, I could look on the road and to see if the taxis are coming from this point. Then when I see the taxi, then I'll walk down to the main, because the main is right here on this road right here. You travel on your way to Falmouth, to Montego Bay. So I'd go here and I would stay right here and watch out for the vehicles. So that was my room. So my room, this is the bathroom. They made a bathroom here. You know, they took out the bath and stuff. So that's the bathroom. And this house was solid, guys. No leak. When we were here, no leak, nothing. So yeah, this was their son's room, the disabled son room. I see the building is old now. All right, from the disabled son room, this was the dining, this was the the living room. So we would come here, we would sit. I remember there was a TV on the wall. Where was the TV? The TV, yes, the TV was here. TV was here, a settee was here, one over here. So we would sit here and watch TV in the evenings. We could sit and watch the news. So this go back out on the veranda. We could sit and watch the news. There was a free refrigerator here and a little table. So it was the refrigerator, the TV, a little table here, and the settee here where we sit, and the son would walk here and go in his room. This is a back door also, could open and go outside. We would open and go outside sometimes. This here was his daughter's room. When they came, they would rest in this room. So the two daughters from Mandeville, when they come, they would rest here, or their son or anybody would come, they would sleep in this room. So the rooms are not big, they're smaller rooms, as you see. Guys, so as I'm here looking, there are a lot of ripe banana here. Ripe bananas here, because somebody who is farming, a relative who is farming here, would still come here and leave his stuff. So they put the things to ripe and stuff like that. All right, so that's it. This would be the other room. All right, this here now, guys, was the kitchen. So this was the kitchen. As you can see, the shelf, the wife would cook. The stove was right here in this corner, and it was linoleum on the floor, guys, because it's board floor, and the wife tried her very best to, you know, fix it and let it look presentable. So linoleum was on the floor. That's where the sink was for the kitchen, and the dish drain and stuff like that would be there. That shelf there would have the seasoning and whatever we would use to cook. All right, so that is how this was set up in here. No, the stove was here. Yes, sorry guys, the stove was here. Yeah, the stove was right here, and there was a table here that we could put some containers on, like flour, rice, sugar, whatever. All right, so this here now, this here, guys, was their room, was the couple's room. This was their room. I still see a dresser inside here. this was their room. They had a wardrobe in here, the bed and the dresser and stuff. So this was the couple's room. So their room was here. My room was all the way to the other side of the building. So, and then I remember on Sabbath, because we used to go to Adventist church. I remember on Sabbath when we are ready to go to church, we would I would ready from my room, and lady would say, okay, let's go, all three of us. But the gentleman used to go to another church, so we'd come out here and we would go to church. His son would stay, somebody would stay with him because he wouldn't be able to keep still in church. So this is the house. This is the backyard. You used to step down here. Down there, there's another drum there that supplies the bathroom. As you can see, the drum is still there. It changes color now. It has been years, and that would supply the bathroom, because in this area, most people here in this farming area, they have the tanks, water tanks, the concrete water tanks, or they would buy the black drums, and or they would set up something. So this was it. So this was the back of the yard, guys. So this is the back of the house. It's a good size house. All right, so we would, the wife and I, we would, your hair would be swept, clean. Would get up in the morning, would sweep here. So as time goes by, there was another tank placed here. All right, so you know, our line, I remember the clothes line was here, so we'd wash and hang the clothes on the line. Now when I was here, this tree was a small tree. This is a avocado tree. It was a very small tree. Now it has grown into a large tree. Because the bottom of the house, I remember we had a dog, and the dog was underneath there. All right, move on. This was a plum tree. This is a plum tree. We never get a plum off it, guys. All worms. Maggots always in the worm. This was a chicken coop that the wife used to raise our chickens in. We used to raise chickens in this coop. So she would raise some chickens, and then we would pluck the chickens, prepare the chickens. We'll sell some to the shop down by the road, and we would have some for our meal. Many days I would walk to the back of this house, and I would come here. I would come here and sit on one of these graves here. Now these graves are for the wife and the husband, right? As I said, they have died, so they are no longer here. So guys, I would come around here and sit so many times and just relax. And I would come on this jackfruit tree, guys. Who know about jackfruit? Who know about jackfruit? If you come to Jamaica and you don't eat jackfruit, you not said nothing. You not taste the best fruit ever. This, I would come here and I would sit and I would eat. Try the jackfruit, because you have to try it. You have to knock it, and then you hear a particular sound, then you know it's ready. I would come here, I would cut cane, I would come around here and cut banana. When the gentleman, if he's not here and we want banana to cook, I would come here and cut bananas. As you can see, there are bananas same way on the tree. This is a rose apple tree right here. We call rose apple. I would come here and I would pick rose apple, and I would sit and I would eat. And when the daughter come down, the youngest daughter, we would come around here and pick rose apple to sit. Rose apple is on the tree, guys. See? Let me see if I can find the rose apple. The rose apple there, guys. That's the fruit on the tree there. Sadly, it's hanging over a gully now, so I can't reach it. It's delicious. It's a delicious fruit, similar to guava, but it has a more refined taste. Alright, so this is the back of the yard. So guys, I'm just saying to say, this house, you know, was one of the best time in my life living here. I was appreciated, I was loved, I was, you know, shown love, and the moral of the story behind this video is that, listen to me, you don't have to be in a big house to be happy. You can live in a big house, you can get what you want, you can have everything, and you're still not happy, and you still don't know what love is. And you know, I just wanna, I know they're not here, but I appreciate the Brookses, and I appreciate the fact that they took me in at that vulnerable time in my life and showed me love, and today I am grateful to them. And now today one of the daughters and I are close, are very close. We're like sisters. She called me her sister, because when they come and I was here, the mother and the father, they didn't treat me different. The sisters, the children didn't treat me different. Everybody treated me well, as if I was a part of them. We would go to church, it would treat me like everybody at church would say I am their second daughter. Sadly, one of their daughters passed away a few years ago from sickle cell, God rest her soul, and you know, one is here still, so we are very close. So I keep the bond, I keep the link. So people, when you go through life and people do good for you and people treat you well, don't be ungrateful, be grateful. I mean, there are a lot of persons in my life who have done so many things for me, and I am so grateful. And you know, at any time I told myself I am not ungrateful. If I don't reach to you and tell you that I appreciate for what you have done for me, I will, because I am a person that shows appreciation. And the fact that I could live out of a house that I had everything in, I had my own room, in fact I had a whole side of house living in, and I did not feel loved. And there are so many things that went on in that house behind the scenes of a big house, but to truly find love, I found it in this board building, in this house. That when I looked from the road, as I said before, I was saying to myself, no sir, when I'm going to the house, I can leave my house and come live in here, sir. But I did, and I did not regret it. You know, coming here and looking, trust me, my heart melts. You know, I feel sad in a little way because they're not here, and this house has so many memories. And you know, at one point I feel like almost like I want to cry because of how good those people were to me, and the fact that they are not here for me to come and bring something for them and say, I brought this for you and I want you to enjoy it. You know, after I left, I come and I look for them and a few times, and then we talked and till they passed away. So I'm just saying, guys, just appreciate it, and just remember that you don't have to be in a big building to be happy, but you can be in a small one room, you can be even under one tree, you can even, you know, sometimes you see some people on the street and they are homeless, and you say, oh, some of them, why don't you go and live with your relative or live with someone? And they say, no, I am happy out here. Believe them, because trust me, sometimes just a peace of mind you find elsewhere is better. Looking at this street, guys, I used to sit here days and just sit and just relax and just look on the road. You know, it's therapy, guys. It's therapy sometimes for you to be living where you can see trees, where you can see houses, where you can hear vehicles, where you can hear people talking, where you can when it rains you can hear it on the roof. And guys, this is one test. Who agree with me that when you're in a house and when it's raining on the roof is the sweetest sleep you ever get? So yeah, this is it, guys. Bless up, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you. And my message today is learn to appreciate the small blessings in your life and the love that you get, you know, from just the love that you get from others. Just appreciate it, no man, and appreciate them. Yes, guys. So thank you. Please remember to leave a comment, guys. Please remember to subscribe, and please remember to even share my video if you're so impressed to do so. Bless up yourself, guys. Have a wonderful day. One love. Peace out.